Hello guys, and welcome back to another For Honor Heroes build video. Today's hero is the Gladiator, and the mode we're focused around is Breach Defense. Now let's go ahead and get into the perks as always, and my 3 perk selections are Devour, Endurance, and Headhunter. Now out of the top 3 I use Devour, and the reason why I use that in this mode is because it's going to allow me to gain more health upon executions. Now when you're breach defense, you're always trying to prevent the attackers from reviving and capturing zones and pushing their RAM. The main thing is to deplete their respawns and the RAM, but if your RAM has a lot of damage or they're pushing the RAM hard, most thing you can focus on is depleting those respawns, because when it gets to the end there's no RAM. What's left is their respawn number. So you're going to be doing executions a lot. In my opinion, you should be. So why not have a perk that's going to allow you to gain more health? Because there's only one health zone in Breach, and if other players don't have skills to heal you as far as yourself as well, then there's no other way for you to heal. Now using that over speed movement and being able to do 30 more damage for your first hit, in my opinion, goes more farther than those two. So Endurance is the second feat I use. It's kind of like the middle, perk, not feat, that you can get. So of course I'm gonna pick that one up. That one is awesome because it's a feat that doesn't rely you to be in critical health. It's a feat that doesn't rely on you being respawn or your first attack, etc. It's a permanent boost as long as you have renown level, which in Breach you're most likely going to get your 4th feat no more than the middle of the battle. You know, like if you don't have your 4th feat by the beginning stages of the battle, for sure in the second stage area you should be getting your feat, unless you guys are just getting smacked and ganked and you guys cannot fight the other players. Then you probably won't have that feat, but you will have at least a couple feat. And even if you have 1 feat or renown level, because every feat you get unlocked while you're playing in a battle counts as a renown level. So if you have 2 feats unlocked and you're able to use those 2 skills, that means you're renown level 2, etc. So just having renown level 1 or 2, you're getting 3 to 6% stamina cost reduction on all your hits, your feats, zone attacks, period. Now if you got this to level 4, most characters can do zone attack 3 times without being exhausted. So honestly, it goes a long way. You don't have to be in any state. So when you start fighting players and you almost got this guy, next time you're going to start kicking his butt more and more, because you're going to have way more of a stamina pool to play with than the opponent will, unless they do have endurance as well, or something that allows them to reduce their stamina cost, etc. So in my opinion, that is way better than Survival Instinct, because Survival Instinct only grants you a 25% stamina cost reduction when you're in critical health. Only when you're in critical health. So you're defensive, yeah, you're probably going to be out there attacking, trying to get the lives down like I do, regardless of what it takes. But half of the time, I know I'm not trying to fight when I'm in critical health, man. If I'm in critical health, it's because I went toe-to-toe with somebody that's pretty good, and they got me down to that state, and I won. Okay, I'm going to go grab some health now, Once I grab some health and I'm out of the flashing red on my life bar, I'm no longer gaining that 25% stamina cost reduction. Yes, 25 is more than 12% from endurance, but it's permanent the whole time you're playing. Even if you're full health bar, you take no hit, your attacks are taking less stamina, which is going to help you a long way, because nobody wants to be exhausted. Do not try to be exhausted, and don't attack when you're exhausted. You're setting yourself up for a maximum punishment. Now, going on to my 3rd perk. Not playing. Going on to my 3rd perk is Headhunter. Now I choose that over Survival Instincts and crush them, because being able to have a permanent, again, bonus to your health, rather than having more attack for your next attack after you kill someone, or more stamina costs when you're in critical health. Like, these things rely on you being in a certain state. Headhunter does not. It's going to go along with your endurance as well. It's going to allow you, every time you gain a feat, this one's not going to be renown actually, but it's just going to be permanent. My bad. It's not going to go with your endurance. I mean, yes, they're going to be both available at the same time, and you're both going to benefit both the perks if you have them active, but what I mean is they don't both activate off of renown level. Endurance is based off of renown level and your feats. Headhunter, you can get it even faster than you can for endurance. This increases your health by 4 for a maximum of 16 health. And the way you get this, even if it's a bot or a human player, so it can even be an officer in Breach, you execute any 3 of these 4 times, you got 16 health. If you execute any 3 of these 2 times, then you got 8 health. So you can get it literally the first 4 kills you get in Breach, you could already have your 16 plus health on your life bar. You know, and that's going to allow you to stay in the fight longer and hopefully kill the attacking opposing team and deplenish their response. And every time you execute one of them, on top of it, on top of trying to get your Headhunter, you're getting more health from Devour. You see what I mean? And Endurance is going to allow you to do these insane combos because you have a good, nice stamina pool to play with. Now going on to the feats. I use Bounty Hunter as my first feat, and I use that over Iron Lungs and Deadly because getting health and stamina when you kill another hero is more benefit than being able to sprint when you're exhausted, which is a feat I don't understand that's really in the game, because who wants to run away when you're exhausted? I mean, yeah, it might be cool, but if you're not faster than the opposing player, which everybody knows, if somebody's running away and you chase them, it allows you to catch up to them. I don't know what it is, they added some like passive drift in it, but if you're running from a player that's slower than you, for some reason, if he stays following you, he's going to catch up to you and be able to hit you. I mean, it's a really useless feat in my opinion, because I'm not going to try to run away when I'm exhausted. I'm going to try to sit there and block anything he's going to try to hit me with, because if I'm exhausted and he's trying to do something to me, he's going to get the maximum punishment out of me, you know? So I'm trying to regain my stamina as quickly as possible. Now Deadly, it is nice to have more damage, but again, we are in Breach defense, and if you're going to go around trying to kill players, like Gladiator is so fun. I swear I have so much fun playing with him. I just run around trying to stab people in the toes, skewer them, punch them, hit them, feint it, etc. I just go ham with the Gladiator like you would with the Centurion. That's how I feel he is. And being able to do more damage every 3 seconds is pretty nice, but we're in Breach. There's not that many house spawns, and if you want to keep staying in the fight, or if you are fighting and you're trying to guard a body from being revived, you're going to need that extra health. If you didn't execute the player, at least you're going to get some more health from Bounty Hunter. And if you're exhausted and you kill a player in that exhausted state, you will gain stamina, and if you gain stamina when you're exhausted from Bounty Hunter, it puts you into full recovery where you're not exhausted. So it's something to think about and use to your advantage. Now Haymaker is something that I'm so used to punching and guard breaking or fading into a guard break my skewers and my toe stabs, that I want them to do damage, especially in Breach. You know, like most of the time your teammates will be around you, and it's good for you to toe stab them, because when you do toe stab an enemy player, they cannot defend themselves. So if you're toe stabbing somebody and one of your teammates are hitting them, they can't block it, they can't parry it, they just gotta sit there, take the damage from your toe stab, and also take the damage from your ally player. This is something that I've shown a lot in my streams. This is something that if it happens to me and it starts getting around, I'm gonna hate it, but I am happy to put it out there because it's something that really works. I always have my teammates coming up to me, I'm like, yo, just hit him, don't worry, just go ham, just keep throwing heavies. And I just stab him in the toe 2 times and the player's dead. And I use that over Righteous Deflection and Revenge Attack. Righteous Deflection is something that I would go with, because it does give you high damage reduction, and something that a lot of players do who are veterans with or play with the Gladiator to their full extent and know how to work them and understand this, is with Deadly and Reflection you can always go in there with more damage, and then every time you start a fight, before you start fighting, you can always wait for that parry, and when you parry you can start fighting until this feat goes away, because once you parry you gain high damage reduction, not moderate, not small. You gain high damage reduction for a short time, and the short time differs on how long the skill is activated. You'll see a little gray coat go over the skill, and it'll start depleting. That means it's active. Once it depletes all the way away, it's not active anymore. You have to parry again to gain high damage reduction. This is something I think is really awesome for Dominion and Breach Attack, because you're trying to stay alive, but because we are in Breach Defense, and it's all about trying to kill the players and go ham and just beat them up as much as you can and have fun. I feel like Breach Defense is a good mode to have fun and experiment with builds, because you're not worried about your health count. You know, you're just worried about pushing the enemies back, and you can try any combinations you like with that. You know, but that's something that I played with that I enjoyed a lot, and I think you would too, with what I explained with the Haymaker combo and your allies. It's really awesome. And I'm so used to punching a lot. You gotta get out of it before you start not doing it. You know, but being able to do damage with it is really awesome. Now the third feat, I used Neptune's Wrath, and honestly, I used that over Bolidros, or however you say those projectiles, that the little net that he has, and Prognomortis, which is a grenade that they throw. Because, yeah, you're worried about the RAM not reaching, and you can take out the minions, those, or in the zones that the attackers try to take over. But I swear, when I dodge, think about using it for those reasons, I've used it probably 2 to 3 times in the match. And I just thought I can use this spot for a more better skill like the net catcher or, you know, the trident that you throw. But because we do look like Neptune up in this motherfucker, as you can see here, and he does have a trident, it's just like, why not have fun and throw your trident at players? One thing I do learn from using this skill was when I see a player going orange, indicating that he has revenge available, all he has to do is press triangle. I'll like try to juke him out, thinking I'm gonna hit him or something, and then I'll throw my trident at him. So he didn't get to get revenge, basically. I mean, if he's down a certain amount of health, like if he's less than half, this will guarantee kill the player if it lands. Something to keep in mind is if they see it coming and they notice you're about to throw it, they can't dodge out of the way from this attack. And if things are in the way, like troops, and you're fighting on sea or you're fighting around troops, you got to be careful, because even if your allies or any troops get in the way of this, it'll literally hit them instead of the enemy, and it's basically useless by then. But it's still really fun. And again, my favorite thing to do with this skill is to prevent players from thinking they're going to use their revenge on me. You got revenge? Okay, that's nice. Blah, let me throw a trident at you. You didn't expect that shit, did you? Because I was just fighting you. Or just, even if you have it, fight them, feint, and then throw it, you know? If you're feint, backstep, throw it. Feint, dodge, throw it. That's what I do. They don't get their revenge. They end up being dead, and they end up spawning wow, wow, wow. You know? But yeah, so those are the reasons why I chose this skill over those ones. The net one is pretty cool. It does a slight amount of damage, but the amount of time it traps is so short. Sometimes if you're not close enough, you're not able to get a hit, and they're able to block it. Honestly, that's been my opinion with this. I've been caught with it about 1 time. I've been hit with it more than 1 time, but 1 time has a player actually, and it was a Satyrian, actually was able to finish a whole combo off of me with it because I couldn't get out in time. But you literally have to be close. It's so hard, in my opinion, to pull this off, especially if you're a new player to For Honor. It's going to be kind of hard for you to understand how to benefit from this skill. Neptune, in my opinion, is the way to go for breach defense. Now, moving on to the 4th feat, I use Fear itself, and I use that over Catapult and War of the Crowd. So, War of the Crowd only benefits you. It increases your speed and it increases your attack. The only way I can see this beneficial is if you're only going to reserve it for when you see the players trying to get the shield banner to put on their RAM to make the RAM have more health. This way, you can hurry up and sprint to them because it's a greatly increased amount, and your attacks are going to do a great amount of damage. So being able to do that and catch up to the players that are using the banner is an awesome way to use this skill. But then again, you're not helping your team in any way, and if you're getting ganked, you might not even be able to benefit from this skill yourself. You might just rush yourself into a ganky situation and then die because you weren't able to at least probably only get off 1 hit. Now, I use it over Catapult because, oh my god, since they patched the Catapult has been nasty slow. You'll see the indicator. The enemies will see the indicator, and if they're not paying attention, then they'll get hit. But if they are paying attention, you'll hear it about to come. You'll hear the little horn that is going to come. And players know to back away from whatever area that is. I mean, even I do. Even when I'm in intense fights, I see that. I'm out of there. Even if I think it's my allies or mine, I don't care. I don't take the chance. I am out of that circle, you know? But it's just something to think about. It is kind of cool, I guess, that they're fighting your commander and you want to shoot it on your commander, but you're also going to do a slight amount of damage to your own commander with this skill. And again, if you use it and they all move away because they're smart enough to do so, then it was literally for no reason, and you just help them take some damage to your commander. Now, Fear itself, the commander, allies, minions, troops, everybody will benefit from this skill. It will surround your character in a circular radius. I don't know how far it is, but it's a good amount. It will cover a zone if you're in a zone with it activated, or an area. You can literally be around the commander and use this skill, and everybody, even your commander, anybody who's on your team is going to do more damage to the enemies. I mean, you can activate it more than once, and it doesn't have to be by your commander. It could be anywhere. Once you have it, start using it whenever you're getting ganked or your teammates are getting ganked and you're going to back them up, because it's going to allow you and your teammates to do more damage. Even if a player has revenge and you activate this, you can still stand quite a great chance against them because their defense is lowered, so they're still going to take a lot of damage even though they have that shield and everything. And once it goes away, once the revenge goes away, they're done most of the time. I mean, that's my own opinion. It really will help you fight back in ganking situations. It will help you when your friends are getting ganked and you're trying to help them, and it will help you fight back the other opponent's squad versus your squad if you guys are all fighting together. And it's just really beneficial for your commander when it comes time to defend your commander and you're around them, to help everybody do more damage, even the troops to the enemies who are trying to defeat your commander. That is it for the Breach Defense Gladiator build. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you can, like and subscribe. It just really makes my day. I mean, I never thought I would get as big as I did, and I really am happy that you guys are all enjoying these build videos. Let me know what heroes you guys are looking forward to, which ones you guys would like me to look up and try to do. And go ahead and sub and look out for them live streams. And until then, check out these videos, and I'll talk to you guys later.